วูดดี้ได้มีโอกาสร่วมสัมมนาของ ITD World นะครับโดยมีดร.ซึ่งถือว่าเป็นสุดยอดที่สุดในโลกที่มีโอกาสถ่ายทอดเรื่องราวมากมายให้กับเราตลอดทั้งบ่ายวันนี้ก็เลยมีหลายๆคำถามมากๆนะฮะ What is the one common question that people would normally ask you around the world every country that you go to Marshall Goldsmith
I think because of my area of expertise the most common question is how do you help successful leaders achieve positive long-term change in their behavior number one and number two why do they want to change they're already successful everyone you coach is already rich they're already successful why do they want to change that's probably the most common questions I get
and you would say
well the answer to the first question is how do you do it they get feedback they talk to people they follow up I have a very structured method and as I showed with our research pretty much always works in terms of why they should do it they want to be great role models and if they want everyone else to get better everybody needs to see them try to get better and the most powerful thing you can do to a leader to help other people improve let them watch you improve don't preach
all right if someone comes up to you and say Marshall I'm stuck I am not okay right now and I don't know how to get out of this you would tell them
if they're stuck in an area that's related to behavior I can help them if they're stuck in something else I'd probably help find someone else
well stuck in traffic in Bangkok
and the behavioral change though I have a very clear methodology I'd say all right here's how you can get better here's how you talk to people here's how you follow up here's how you learn from everyone around you that is what I can help people with
when you get up in the morning what do you do or do you do something to make sure that your entire day goes perfectly well according to plan
the one thing I do that I talked about today is I always sing a little song there's no business like show business
there's no business like show business like no business I know you really need to do that every time you're about to start something
every day because you know I'm a human just like anybody else and some days you feel better some days you feel worse I always like the analogy of a Broadway play you've been to a Broadway play they never complain they don't say my foot hurts my aunt died last week I have a headache you know what it's showtime the way I look at life is that's being not a phony but a professional the people I coach are very important people you know what I tell them everyone in that room is looking at your face and listening to your tone of voice it's showtime and the greatest leaders I've ever met Alan Mulally former CEO of Ford Francis Hesselbein Girl Scouts I've known them for 20-30 years apiece never seen them down 1 minute never every day is showtime
every day showtime
every day is showtime
people who just graduated from college some people say I want to make it big right now I want to be a millionaire in just 1 year is that going to be possible
no
not really
I mean you could get struck by lightning and snowball has a chance in hell but it's not very likely you know it's probably not the numbers on that I have a degree in math the numbers on that are about that big
so you need to keep up effort
yeah I mean I had 3 young people come and talk to me who were 32 and they said we want to do what you do when we graduate with our PhDs I said well that's nice but I've written 36 books I've flown 11 million frequent flyer miles and I work with multiple 150 CEOs it takes a couple days maybe not next week you have to usually pay a little dues in life that's kind of the way it works
some people have thousands of things to do well maybe not thousands but hundreds of things to do and they feel overwhelmed don't know where to go where to start and they get that every single day they've been living that life for years now how do they get out of that situation
I think a good thing to do is prioritize pick one thing you're only going to do one thing at a time anyway you're not going to do 12 things at once just pick one and say all right today I'm going to do a good job of this and the other thing is make peace with what you're not going to change as I've grown older that's a positive thing I get is make peace with what you're not going to change I'm not going to change everything
do you believe in multitasking
yes and no and no in the sense that you really aren't doing 2 things at once you're kind of doing quickly back and forth and also a lot of times it really leads to lack of productivity on the other hand there's some things multitasking works great for example I sign book plays thousands I could do almost anything while signing a book play I could talk
it's like autopilot
it's autopilot so to the degree that the one task is on autopilot you can definitely do it if the one task is not on autopilot, probably it's not going to work.
What do you have to say to people who say all the time, I am so not happy with my life, I want to be happier?
Look inside. Again, I'm a Buddhist, and
You're a Buddhist.
I'm a Buddhist, yeah, and been a Buddhist for 40 years. And the one thing I've learned from Buddhism is happiness is not out there. Mm-hmm. Happiness is in here. And if you're looking for something out there to make you happy, you're probably not going to find it. It's not out there. Happiness is on the inside. There's only one person existentially that's ever going to make you happy. That's you. Mm-hmm. That's you. And only one time you're going to be happy. It's now.
Right here.
That's it. Here and now.
The most important person in my life is Marshall Goldsmith.
Said, this is heaven, this is hell, this is nirvana. Here we are.
Here we are. Here we are.
Here we are.
Now, if I just graduated from college, wanted to start a business, I'm going to start reading Marshall Goldsmith's books, titles. I should start off with...
I would start off with really a book, Triggers. I would probably read that one first if you're starting out. My other book, What Got You Here, Won't You There, is a bigger seller, but that's really for people that are further down the road. Triggers would be a great book for people in the early phases of life. One message I have is your mission is to make a positive difference, not to prove you're smart, not to prove you're right. Whoever has the power to make the decision is going to make the decision. Make peace with that. If I need to influence you and you have the power to make the decision, one word to describe you, customer. One word to describe me, salesperson. Learn to sell what you can sell. Mm-hmm. Learn to change what you can change, and don't waste your life on what you're not going to sell and what you're not going to change. Move on. And if people can learn that lesson at a young age, not only will they be better at influencing others, they will be so much happier. Because they're going to quit banging their head against the wall for no reason.
But it's so hard to move on.
But, you said but.
I'm not supposed to say but, I'm sorry. It's challenging to move on.
Well,
but
another but.
Sorry.
Now, I'm going to help you.
Now, you mentioned today not to say but at all because...
No but and however, and you said no. So now you've done two buts and another.
Okay. So life should be less of buts, however...
No, don't start with no but, however. Yeah. Now, back to what you say. Don't put yourself in a box. Mm-hmm. As long as you say that kind of talk, that's the way you're going to think, that's the way you're going to be. As long as you say, this is difficult, it'll be difficult. Quit talking that way.
When are you going to come back to Thailand again? Because you have so many, fans out here.
As soon as I get invited. I mean, I love to come here, I mean, like I said, I lived with two guys in Thailand for 2 years in college, and we had a great time, and so my experience here has been very, very positive. I eat Thai food for 2 years. I wash the dishes and they cook. So.
And your favorite Thai dishes?
I like the dish I had, the salad, the hot one.
Som tam.
Yeah.
Som tam. You can do spicy food.
It's better than guys sitting next to me.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Marshall.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. ขอบคุณครับ
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you.
โอเคเยี่ยมเลยถ่ายรูปแป๊บ